Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Black Eel Podcast with your hosts, Scott and Mike. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the latest trailer for Wonderman, which we will talk about. I'm pretty sure it's considered a teaser trailer, correct? Because it's not like a full length trailer, even
Yeah.
though
Well, no, I mean it's. I think when I looked it up on YouTube, it was a trailer. Just it, you know, teaser trailer is more. I think along the lines of like it's like a quick look, like oh, this is coming.
okay.
Be prepared.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter the length of time, it's that it was a cohesive thought. That's why it was a trailer. Okay. Then we're going to be talking about season one of Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans animation. And then we are going to move on to a character spotlight from Mike. So let us talk about Wonder Man. So Wonder Man, there were two things. I wonder if you noticed two signs of his powers.
Obviously, the first one because you told me I made sure to pay attention and they zoomed in on it. Like they made sure that you were aware of that one
Well, what's weird is if
of
you,
the
if,
drink.
I'm going to tell you realistically, if I didn't tell you, I don't think you would have noticed. You had to like back up a little bit because you wouldn't have noticed it right away. You would have noticed it, but you wouldn't have noticed it right away.
I mean that's possibly fair. I mean
Because I did. Because I'll be honest with you. All of a sudden, I started hearing a noise, and I looked down, and I go, "Oh."
I
One
mean,
was
well, the thing is with the drink is like when they started making the noise, that like I said, they zoomed in on the cup, so like they made sure that you were aware of it. Um,
oh,
at least to me, like obviously I can't be sure because you told me this had happened, so
no, no,
I
no.
was aware of it.
I think it was just one of those things where why would you look in the drink right away is more of what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
Unless
it's possible.
I'm not stating you didn't notice it, you would never have noticed it. You would have noticed it. The idea is I had to back it up a little bit because I was like, wait a minute, what? Like,
Hmm.
did I miss
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Um, so that was it. What was the? Did you notice the second thing that showed his powers? They did a. I had to watch it more than once to see this one. I'll tell you that.
Then no, I don't picture anything.
So there's a moment I believe he's at the mirror, and we get a
Was
close
it
up.
when they zoomed in on his eye?
Yeah, it turns red.
Uh, Okay, so to be honest, that one I was like, "Oh, is this a moment? Like, is this like a hint at his powers?" But because it just looked regular to me, I wasn't. I was like, "Okay,
So
maybe I'm just like,
because Wonder Man in the comics is supposed to be ionic energy, his eyes are red. So that's why if you see him in the comics, he wears glasses
mm,
because his eyes don't look natural.
oh, okay."
So like if you see him in the comics, you're never seeing his eyes realistically, and if you
Hmm.
do, it's not pretty.
It's
Um,
it's kind of like Cyclops. Obviously not
well,
to the extreme, but
so he's not shooting beams out of his eyes, but
yeah.
it literally looks like think of it more like Galactus, where it's like the glowing eye,
Oh, okay.
where you know what I mean. Like he doesn't want to look obviously a mutant or superpowered being, you know what I mean, or a metahuman. The
Okay.
idea is that um, it's clear as day he doesn't know he has powers. I don't know
Hmm.
how he doesn't know doesn't have powers. So I'm very curious on that front. But Ben notices it right away.
That's for sure. That is for sure.
Ben's just like,
He like what?
and he's just like, what? What's going on? Um,
I know the last time we talked about this, you said that Ben was going for the role as well, and so clearly in this one, I don't think he's going for it, and I
I no
think he's
no, I
trying
don't
to
disagree with you. The
like
way
he's trying to help him.
the way the first trailer showed made it sound like he was actually going for the part.
Mm, I agree.
But this one it looked very much more like, oh, I'm gonna just help
I'm
him.
taking you. I'm taking you under my wing, and I'm going to
But
teach
I'm
you.
wondering if it was this scene that makes him take him under his wing.
It's. I mean, it's possible. I feel like that like happened after he made the decision, so it's like that's why I.
No, I think it was more of like finding out who he is and everything else and getting his story. I don't think he truly made the. Again, we don't know because we don't know the context, obviously.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm gonna base it on that because I have a feeling there's no way that they're gonna have the entire season be callbacks for Wonder Man.
What do you mean?
So in Hollywood, when they do the initial auditions, which we saw in the
Mm.
first trailer, and then
Oh, okay.
we get the phone call about callbacks,
Yep.
which is where he comes in to do a second read.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
Um, so I have a feeling in the first three episodes we're going to see all this.
Yeah, no, I think this is going to be like the initial setup. Because
No,
lately, trailers have been showing everything that happens in the very beginning of the season,
but
and very
also like,
little is showed after.
not just not a lot of information in general, like, but in a good way, in a very good
No,
way.
I mean that's the point of a teaser. I mean that's the point of the trailer. It's supposed to give you a little bit to get you interested, start asking questions, and then they
Absolutely.
start connecting all the dots. And like I know, I mean they've been doing a good job with this lately. They've been showing us very little. They've been showing us what happens at the beginning of the season because for a time they've been the trailers were just spoiling everything, giving us too much information, and
Yeah,
it was hurting the show or movie overall.
because like
And
we
the
talked
last
about,
couple of years, they've really improved on their
but we
trailers.
also talked about
Luckily,
the whole Captain America thing, Captain America 4.
yes, which you just disagreed with me for a long time.
I know, I know, I know, I know. I think my issue was after watching it was just more the fact of being like they heavily like I think my issue was the way they made it seem was like we were gonna know that it was Red Hulk from the get go, and then the whole movie is about, oh, what is he? And I'm like, you showed us in the trailer, like
Yeah,
he's the
well,
poster.
the thing that you were trying to defend was that the movie was trying to like hint at like, oh, what's going to make him switch, what's going to be his breaking point, like building up to it. I'm like, it would have been so much more impactful if we didn't know Red Hulk was going to be in the movie.
No, you're right.
Like,
Honestly, I think they did it just because of money ploy because they
I
thought
think it
that.
was a draw. It was meant to be a draw.
Well, I
They
was also thinking you're absolutely right. It's like people wanted Red Hulk, and now they're getting Red Hulk. So the
Yeah,
idea was, and I get it because the actor died, and
yeah.
everything else. They kind of had to like pivot a little bit.
I mean,
Um,
it's also with the fact that Marvel up until that point had been struggling in their movies
no, you're
and
right. You're right.
shows, so
This
it's
was
like
the
they're trying to
first.
find ways
This was the
to.
first movie that was good, like really good after. You know what I mean? But like got ruined because of their advertisements. So then they like refocused their advertisements.
I mean, this, yeah, the Captain America was a good bounce back off of what we've been having.
As weird as it
Uh,
sounds, it's like you need Captain America to kind of bring everything back together. I mean,
yeah,
because and I think they did a great job. They did a great job with. Personally, I think they did a great job with Captain America, in the sense of story wise in general.
yeah, it
I
was all right.
it was better. Like what I'll say is it was definitely I wasn't disappointed. I'll say it that way.
Yeah,
Um, then like Thunderbolts was incredible in my opinion.
yep,
Ironheart was incredible also.
it was.
Um,
Fantastic Four was really good.
Yep, no,
Um,
I agree. Like the whole concept was incredible. Even though we knew what was going to happen in the sense of like Galactus was coming, we still didn't know what was going to happen, which was incredible.
yep. I mean,
Um,
the only movie that I mean, the two movies that really hurt Marvel was Ant-Man and Thor. Unfortunately, I
yes,
mean, Cap the
which I'm
not
still
Captain
mad about
Marvel.
because I still don't hate the fourth one. It just wasn't as good as the third one. I get it.
I mean, it's one of those things where it definitely wasn't as good as as the third one. No, no doubt about it. Um, I haven't rewatched it, so I can't really give like
You know
say
what?
like, oh,
That's that.
I
That is very fair, and I think you're. I think I'm gonna have to probably. I mean, I'm eventually gonna be rewatching it anyway.
yeah.
But like, I get your point.
But it's one of those things where I understand where people are like, oh, it's it's not the right kind of humor. But it's one of
But I
those
also
things where
think
the thing that I understood about it was the fact that we're watching these movies in Thor's perspective. So everything going on, like everyone's like, oh, this doesn't make sense, all this other stuff. I'm like, it does make sense.
no, it does,
And
because like the first one's so theatrical because he's like
he has all this
super.
confidence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the second one is gonna sound so stupid because it's the name of the movie, but it's like it literally is like dark for him because
Yeah.
he's like, oh my gosh, like his home world was destroyed basically. Granted, not completely, but you understand my point. Like the elves come in and kind of
I was
mess
going to
everything
say
up.
that was the third one.
No, no, no. But the elves come in and like this is the first time Asgard had ever been attacked. And, like
This is the
because
what this is the start of like the earth shattering,
yeah,
like
and then the third one was quite literally
well, the third one his mother died. Or the second one his mother died.
yes, the third one the
So,
dad dies,
correct.
and he just goes full 180 of just being like,
Yeah, breaking
um,
point. Yep.
yeah, and then obviously we have Avengers
Well,
Endgame.
no, yeah, that was I was going to say that was Infinity War where he finally goes full break because once he saw Loki get killed, that's when everything fell apart. and he lost. We need to make sure we
I was
know
gonna
that.
say no. I will say that the Loki part started it, like really started it for sure. But it was the initial of like them still
The f-
snapping, and then
yeah,
being like,
the failure.
and then
Yeah,
blaming himself for it.
yeah,
Also, and I think the other thing too is that we always talk about too. I know this is off topic, but it is related. Um, with Thor, like everyone else, this was like a 10-year, like 10% of their life. Some of them less than that because they died. So it was
yep,
like a quarter of their life, kind of. Thor, this was literally like he's lived for thousands of years,
yeah.
and in a decade, which is supposed to be nothing to an Asgardian, it is
His
literally
entire world
it
is
is it
destroyed.
is the equivalent to a year for
Yeah,
Asgardians, right? Or not
yeah.
even. I think it's like
Not even like a day.
no, 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 no. It's months. It's months. But still, like it's an insignificant amount of time in the grand scheme of things. And the entire world, he lost his mother, his father, his planet slash world, whatever you want to call it,
His
his
universe.
brother, his will to live, and
Yep.
then gaining a bunch of weight to be depressed, then losing it all again to the extreme sense, finding his girlfriend who he
Yeah,
found
I
out
was
had
gonna say.
cancer, who's now
Yep.
dead, then his hammer being destroyed, then being brought back. He's like, it's a whole thing.
He
And
got
then
a daughter.
an adopted daughter who's played by the actor's real life daughter. Like, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing that irked me with with Thor 4 was how dramatic everyone was about it.
It
Again,
was
I
not as
haven't seen it
it
again,
was not as
but
I will say from first view, it was not as bad as everyone was saying it. I will
yeah.
agree that it did let me down, but it
Hmm.
was not a horrible movie. And
Yeah. And the
from the
thing that
first watch, I'll say it that
the
way.
the the thing that like I
Although
said,
I've seen it
everyone was.
twice.
Have you seen it twice? But
Yeah,
but the
yeah,
part
because
that
I had to wait till it was on Disney Plus again because I watched it. I had my aunt watch it, and then I watched it
right.
again.
The
But
thing
like,
that irked me was that like everyone attacking the director, what's his name, Takiki,
yeah,
like going like he ruins everything he touches. I'm like, you guys loved Thor 3.
yeah, I was gonna say you guys loved
That
Thor
was like the
3.
highest praise movie you could give in Marvel, and you
That was
guys
the
are all of a
best. That
sudden.
was honestly, it's consider. I don't even remember my list, but it was top three, I believe, for
Yeah,
movies.
I mean, for Marvel movies, it was that it was that and Infinity War were the top two.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, because everything else I'm thinking of is shows. So no, no, no. For movies, you're right. I'm just double checking in my head. You know when you're doing the math game
yep,
where you're like,
the
I think
the
those are the only
top
two.
the
You're right. You're right.
I mean, now I'm putting Thunderbolts up there.
Oh
So
no,
it's
no, no,
like
no. Yeah, I'm taking those out of the equations for this for
yeah,
a second. But I mean, in general, like when we were thinking, when we first talked about like the full Infinity Saga, oh no, no, like the Marvel universe at the time,
hmm,
people were like, "Oh, it's over. Thor sucks now." Blah blah. I'm like, Thor doesn't suck. It was definitely the second best movie in my opinion of Thor.
yeah, I agree.
I
I
mean,
still kind
to
of
be
agree with
fair,
that.
it sucks. It sucks that it wasn't as good as three, but like three was just so good.
Yeah,
I like I
yeah. As we got so derailed from Wonder Man.
no, but so Wonder Man, my whole thing is just the fact of like we know it's going to show more than that. Um, and I'm actually going to be doing a character spotlight next week on who I think might be the villain of
Oh, okay.
Wonder Man because it's making me think like based on what's going on, I have a feeling that I I I think I know where they're going because I feel like they're going to be putting him in situations that if he has powers could cause his powers to either awaken or something else. Um, because of like the acting, like they want to do it very authentic as possible.
Mm,
And I feel like there's going to be a stunt double guy or somebody else who gets powers as well, and the two of them fight.
okay. Mhm.
That's my guess right now because they're going full actor route and they're not going scientist route.
Yeah.
Or business route, I should say, because we're not seeing anything about businesses whatsoever. It is just acting right now. So that's the thought process I have for right now. But honestly, I love the subtlety of the powers. I loved that we're getting him into the part, and obviously we know he gets the part. I mean that's a given. So like they're really not giving anything away, really, in the sense
Hmm.
of like he's been cast as Wonder Man, so therefore he is Wonder Man. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
No shock there. So like they didn't really give us anything that we didn't already know, except for that he has his powers before getting the part officially. It looks like, which is interesting. But we have no idea why. We have no idea why or how. But very excited about it. So, anything else you want to say about Wonder Man?
No, this is looking exciting for me. This is a absolutely new character for me, so I don't know anything about him. I don't know what the direction they're gonna go. So
So
this is gonna be
so they've changed. I believe they've changed his race in the comics recently as well, like before this.
okay,
Um, but he's been normally a white guy. He
mm,
was like
as
the
most characters have been.
no, absolutely. But he was supposed to be like he was very similar to like Tony Stark a little bit. Minus this is where it gets weird because it's like I shouldn't compare apples and oranges because Tony Stark was intelligent without the company, but he got his dad's company. Where Wonder Man got his dad's company and really wasn't. He was more business than he was science. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So he wasn't the. He was more of like the business guy and then became an actor and everything else, um, which was interesting. I think it was very. I don't want to phrase it. It was very interesting in general.
yeah.
But love the concept that they're going with right now, with
Hmm.
it because it's very
It looks like it's gonna be a good time. It
it
looks like
looks like
it's
it's
gonna
going to
be
be
fun.
different in the best way. Like I told you, like
Yeah,
this has given me, and not to the full degree, but like this has given me very much like WandaVision vibes, where it's like I'm talking about like not now. I'm talking about like back then when we first got the trailer, where
yeah,
we're like, what is this going to be? I'm
yeah. What's
getting
going
that,
on
and
here?
I'm like,
Yeah,
and I also was because of that. I'm like, okay, I feel like it's going to be much better than mentally where I'm thinking right now.
yeah. No, I kind of agree. So I am looking forward to it. So come January, the end of January, we'll be watching it.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
see
for
what
sure.
happens.
No question about it.
Um,
Did you before we move on to Teen Titans, did you see the trailer for Percy Jackson and the Olympians season 2?
I did not actually. No.
It's a
Um,
it's it yeah. The only thing that they haven't addressed
is
is
Zeus?
yep. But
Yeah.
technically, if I remember correctly, I don't think he's physically present in this book.
I mean, the thing is that they
No,
kind of
no.
have to address it because at the end of season one, they had just gotten to him. So at the very least, he's going to have some kind of role. Like they were supposed to at least talk to him or something.
No, they already took care of it. It was over. He surrendered. Poseidon surrendered. At the end
But
of season 1, because it was supposed to be the big fight, right?
I I don't remember that.
I'm very confused at what you're talking about then. What are you talking about? Because
When the kids got to Olympus and had just they were going to talk to Zeus, and they had revealed Zeus, the actor who
yeah,
played
yeah, yeah,
Zeus,
yeah.
and then that was the end of the season.
No, there was a little bit more than that. Because Poseidon came in. Because remember, the whole idea was they got the thunderbolt and everything else, right? They gave it to him,
Yeah, yeah.
and the idea was Poseidon. Zeus was like, I'm gonna defeat you still, and he was gonna kill the kids. And then Poseidon came in and said, I surrender. So Zeus was the winner of the battle. So Poseidon surrendered, and therefore everything was fine, and he let them go.
I do kind of remember that now that you're saying that.
So the idea is in the books. Granted, they have not done everything exactly the same from
No,
the
they
books
have
to the
not.
movie,
They have not. They've been cutting out a lot. So
but they've also like they changed a couple of things because of, I think it had to do with CGI stuff, which I get. Like the Hephaestus thing was new in season 1. Um, the trap at the amusement park, the trap was real. I mean, the trapping thing was legitimate. The difference was the trap itself was different. Um, and then in so in season 2, Zeus Zeus is not seen because it ends with his daughter coming back to life. So in season 3, he's supposed to come back because he then is worried about his daughter who has come back from the dead. Well, she never died, so it's weird. But you get
she
my
was
point.
frozen. Yeah, yeah.
Well, she was a tree.
Oh yeah, no, she became a tree. Right.
She's a tree.
Yeah.
um,
It was her and another kid that became a tree, correct?
No,
It's been a while
no, it
since
was
I've
just her.
seen.
It was just her at the
She
beginning.
she was saving somebody. That's right.
No,
She
no,
was
she was
saving
saving
somebody.
Annabeth. So the idea
Right.
was, it was Luke, Annabeth, and Grover. They were going there. She defended them. She was going to die. Zeus turned her in a tree before she died, and so she's been a tree ever since. So she's
Yes.
obviously never grown up. She at the end of season 2, she obviously, spoilers if you, I mean, it should be well known. She becomes alive.
I mean, you can't really say it should be well known because there are people that haven't read the book and are watching the show for the first time.
Spoilers.
um,
But no, so I'm looking forward to it because they showed the actress who's going to be playing her. Um,
yeah, I did see some confirmation. It's been a while since I've seen it though, so I don't remember. But
no,
I
so
know
this
Steph
is the
isn't
season.
looking
This is
forward to it.
this is the Sea of Monsters. So we're going to the monster place. We're gonna get Cersei. We saw her. Um, Cersei is the same in all the universes. So like, if you know her from DC, you know her from
Yeah,
Greek mythology.
yeah.
She hates men. Um, the
Yeah,
twins.
I am looking forward to it. Like I said, Steph wasn't into the season one. I know that there were some things that they
Season.
cut out,
So right
so
now it's looking
I
like
agree that I was a little disappointed.
they
But
boosted up the budget for season 2
um,
because they showed us the monsters from the Sea of Monsters, like the actual in the water monsters, and I am very impressed.
I don't like the budget is one thing. I think like the main thing. I don't remember how long the season was now thinking about it, but
It's like
like the
10
whole
episodes, 9 episodes, 10 episodes.
was. I don't think it was that long, was it?
I don't know. I honestly don't. I don't. I am not as confident as I should be. Hold on, I'll just
But
look.
I remember it being feeling like a little bit short. So it's
Well,
like
no,
one of those things.
it
Is
was
like
definitely short for sure.
there was still a lot of things that they could have included to give these characters more depth. And with the whole streaming thing is cutting
Eight
these seasons.
episodes.
So yeah. So maybe if we got an extra 2 episodes, like it could have added a lot more to it. Because like I said, there's so much that they cut out because there's so much in these books that uh it's the problem with all shows is like if you don't give the show enough, it 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 feels rushed. And some of these definitely did feel rushed.
Some of the
Um
episodes did feel rushed. I cannot argue there.
it was
Um,
much better than the movies,
Oh,
but
hands down. But that's like that. Yeah, we're not. That, no, we're not gonna get into that because that's a whole nother problem. Um, yeah, I'm very much excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. I've just brought it up because I just happened like I literally go from not seeing anything to seeing like the trailer like 13 times now, just because it pops up as a commercial, and I'm like, I'm not watching this again.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but no, I'm looking forward to it. It's looking like they literally took just a year. Oh no, 2 years. It was 2 years.
Yeah, yeah, it's two
It's two
years.
years. Oh, that's
When's
not
it coming out?
December of this year.
Oh, is it December? Okay.
No, they're coming out. I don't quote me on this, but I think it's not the same day because they're doing it, so it'd be like the 20th. I think it's coming out, or maybe the 18th, depending on how it falls. But it's like the same week of December. Um,
It's the same week of December.
well, then it came
That
out.
that's a
What I
great description.
you knew exactly what I meant, and I'm just
No,
sorry.
I didn't. I didn't know what you meant because there are so many things that could have meant, and like you.
All right, well, then seeing
So
the trailer,
let's put it like this: when you said the same week of December, I thought you were saying the same week of Christmas. That's what I thought you were saying.
that is fair, and I do understand where you're coming from, sir. But we're gonna move on to Teen Titans now. Overall, your thoughts of the season?
It was fun. It brings back a lot of memories, a lot of nostalgia because it's been a while since I've seen it.
So I'll say this.
Uh,
So as an adult, I will say this. As an adult, I
it
was
still hits.
No,
Oh,
no,
you
no,
disappointed?
no. It does hit. This is the. Let me finish my thought. It
Oh,
was
you
the
don't like it when people interrupt your thoughts and to include your own thoughts? Wow, I wonder how that feels.
Mike, I don't know because it's never happened to me because I don't normally allow it. You allow it because I'm abrasive.
No,
So
no, no. Let's put it like this. I usually try to keep talking and you'll just raise your voice. This time I didn't let it happen.
I'm abrasive, okay? So I will just raise my voice to do it again. So anyway, take that aside. So no. So what I'm saying, as an adult, right? I'm taking it from an
Mhm.
adult's perspective right now. The
Yep.
season finale was a little bit of a disappointment.
Oh,
However,
I
no, no,
was
no.
gonna say that. Yeah.
However, I believe because of how the episode before it ended, and it's a children's show, they had to end on a lighthearted note. So I do get it.
I agree that a lot of these shows when we were kids did that, where like the big thing ended and then they included something else that just didn't make sense, and it's like, why? Like there were.
But it makes sense when you think about it. But as an adult, it's like, oh, this is the end. Like this is going to be a 3-part episode
Yep,
because we're on
yep.
episode 11. There's 3 episodes left, and then it ended at 12, and I went, what's the next episode? And then it shows it, and I'm like, oh, like it was still a good episode. It was still a good episode,
Oh, it's a
but
good episode, but it should have been before.
agreed. But so let's start. So let's start with episode 1. I knew this was in season 1. This episode,
There
however,
was a lot of things that we had talked about where it
this
was
was
like these
not.
episodes happened at some point and they're like so out of order
So
that it's like,
I will tell you this. This episode, so the very first episode was an episode I knew was season 1, right? I
yep,
knew it was in
yep.
season 1. However, I legitimately thought that that was the season finale. Like
Oh, you
so
thought
like
that was the end.
well
Okay.
because the idea is of him losing and now he's looking for a new group to kind of get ready for the Teen
Oh,
Titans.
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Obviously, that's not the case after I've watched episode 1.
Yeah. I know. I knew that that wasn't the end. I had thought the end was the Slade. I thought it ended on that. So the fact that we had another episode after, I was
But
like,
remember, I don't
okay.
so that piece I didn't remember was in that season. I thought it was a later season. So like that whole Slade thing where he didn't.
Oh no, that one because there's two Slade situations. So like
Oh,
now
that's right. That's right. That's right.
When
That's right.
Slade comes back in season 2, it's going to be with Tara.
Oh,
Um,
is it that early? She comes that
yeah,
early?
yeah.
Did you already sneak a peek?
No, no, I did not. Because
Oh,
that's
you're right.
because it's Tara, and then after Tara is done, it's Trigon. So that's like the 3 stories with Slade. After that, I believe Slade is done.
We're gonna go with a probably right at this point. I think there was a. I think you might be right.
I'm gonna do like a little bit of spoiler for you, but like at the so Tara ends up at the end of season 2, if I remember correctly,
No, she does.
sacrifices herself. Yeah, she sacrifices
I
herself.
don't know if she sacrifices herself yet.
Well,
I'm
she
assuming she does.
sacrifices herself to bring down Slade, so we assume Slade is dead. But then Trigon brings back Slade, and he's a servant to Trigon.
Sorry, I was looking at a different episode, but no, so far you are correct. I
Yeah,
so I will say this.
once Trigon is beaten, Slade is done.
Yeah, I think the whole thing is. I think he might. Oh no, never mind. Somebody else comes back instead of Slade. Um.
Oh, in later seasons.
Oh, that's right. Because I forgot about. Okay, never mind. We're good. I forgot about one of the big villains that does come up later.
Oh.
Um.
After Trigon, like I remember bits and pieces because I was looking through because I was
Might not
talking to
isn't as
people.
early as you think it is. I'll say that.
Is he not season 3?
No.
Oh, okay.
And I knew I
Well,
was correct on that. So like I was correct in the sense of he's season 4 because I do remember it because
mhm.
season 5 was the weird one where things got a little that was Doom Squad. What was it
Doom
called?
Patrol.
Doom
Doom
Patrol.
Patrol.
Sorry. But anyway, so this season, right? So we start off with the Hive, which was a great introduction to them, I have to say.
Yeah, yeah. They that was the thing about these older shows too. It's like they give it's 20 minutes and it flows perfectly. There's no like
fits perfectly.
it introduced these guys. It introduced why they're a threat, and it introduced the group as a whole. Like okay, these are who they are. And then they fought, they lost, and then they came back and won. Like it feels like a lot happens in the 20 minutes, but it really doesn't. Surprisingly.
Yeah. So so we move on to so I'm just gonna briefly go over everything and then we're gonna talk about each individual villain and hero that was introduced. So obviously the main heroes are obviously Robin, Starfire, Beast Boy, Cyborg, and Starfire. We're gonna talk about them individually as this story, like when we talk about the episodes, but we don't really need to talk much about them after the fact because we'll just talk about them in the episodes, unless you
Okay.
disagree. But we'll see.
I mean,
So the first episode was great. They lost and then came back as winners. It was great.
Which is a trend of most of these episodes, where it's like they get their butts kicked and then they rally and then they come back. You know,
Yes. Then the second episode was Blackfire, which I legitimately did not think she was this early.
I didn't
Um,
think like these first two episodes. Like that's what we were like when you were asking me about it. You were like, no, we're not expecting these first two episodes to
no,
be
what's
that what
hilarious
they
is
are.
as soon as I got in the first episode, I went, "No, you're right." Like I didn't need to see the rest of the episodes. Episode one was not episode one in my head. Not even a
Yep.
little
No,
bit.
you
Like
texted me and I'm like, bro, I told you.
I remember that episode vividly. Like that episode is like I remember that episode very
That
systematically.
one and the Blackfire episode, the two that I remember the
The
most.
most,
That
and I
that
would never have guessed that they were one and two. Never in a million
that
years.
that and the Plasmus episode is the one that sticks in
Oh
my head
yes,
too.
Plasma was another one. But to be fair, there's so many Plasma episodes that I wasn't confident which one.
Which one it was?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll at least say that one. So then the Blackfire, like she tries to get Starfire arrested instead of her, which is hilarious. Um,
It was funny because, like I said, I was like I had told you, I had to rewatch this with Steph, and
poor creature.
uh, and at the end of the episode where like when Blackfire's getting arrested, and she's like, "You'll pay for this. I will get my revenge." And and Steph is like, "She didn't even do anything. This is your fault." She's
That's a sister thing where it's like I wouldn't have gotten in trouble
absolutely.
if you just took the blame. Oh,
If you did what you were supposed to do, what I wanted you to
if you
do.
did what I wanted you to do, I wouldn't even be in this situation. Oh,
Yep.
incredible. It also opened opened the the universe to extraterrestrials. I know that's weird to say because we already had Starfire on the team, but like
But this is a new introduction that it's officially like, oh, this is from a different planet.
correct, correct.
Because in
Um,
episode 1 they didn't know that we never actually knew she was from a different planet.
correct. We
They
just
never
assumed.
actually said that.
No, correct. You're absolutely correct.
I love the difference between Blackfire and Starfire though, because it's like
Even the speech.
Blackfire's
She's
yeah,
so
I was gonna say like Starfire is so much more childish, and I know that she's the older sister, but I don't know how much older, but uh I just think it's so interesting, like because they get their knowledge the same way, but Blackfire is just so much more like I don't want to say put together, but like
I don't know.
more
I feel like
mature.
I was gonna say I think she's more mature in the sense of like with her intelligence and everything else. Like she's not as naive. She's seen the universe the way it is. You know what I mean? Where Starfire, I feel like was because she was the youngest, she was pampered more, and
Yeah,
I think it's dove into in the series. I believe. I don't think it's like dove into like extensively, but it's
yeah.
definitely like shown. You know what
I
I
know
mean?
that there's one episode. I remember one episode where they do go back to uh I forget their whole planet. But anyways, we go back there and we see more of it. I just don't remember the extent of it at this point.
No, I know, I do agree with you, but I just remember like she was treated quite literally as a princess, even though they
Yeah.
both were princesses. But
Yep.
like she was treated more as a princess, so she didn't get to see all the bad stuff. Where
Tamarin?
I think that's the name of their race.
I think the race is Tamaranians.
Okay, then I have no idea. Um. So anyway, so that was it was a good episode. It introduced us to alien technology and alien police force too, which is interesting. Which I like also. And then um, obviously they get her. She gets arrested and everything
I was right,
happens. You know.
Tamarin.
Tamaran?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Then the next one was called Divide and Conquer, which was Cyborg and Robin getting into a fight, which was
Oh,
obviously
this
Cyborg
the
leading.
the first 3 episodes, the Cinder Block, and that's when I was.
Cinder Block and Plasmus, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then like yeah, Cinder. I still like Cinder Block is so weird to me because he literally is just a rock creature, and
Yeah.
like nothing else. And then Plasma at least makes sense because he gives me like Clayface vibes. You know what I
So
mean?
did you? So I remember this episode, but I forgot it was Plasmus. Did you when the guy woke up and started changing? Did you think it was Clayface as well, or were you like, no, this is Plasmus?
No, I knew it was Plasmus. Well, I'll say this. I knew it was the guy from the Teen Titans show. I knew it was different than Clayface. I don't think I would have necessarily said, "Oh, that's Plasmus." If you understand what I
Okay,
mean.
that's
Like
that's fair.
because I
I
remember,
remember thinking it was Clayface when I was a kid, and the
but there's
same exact thing
there's gotta
happened
be
to
something
this.
we talk about because I think they had to be very clear on keeping away from Batman.
Kind of.
They did very much so, and we'll talk about it. In
Are
the
you talking about the I already have a father?
No, I'm talking about when we get to Wayne Enterprises.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So anyway, so that was I mean that was a good one. They broke up, they came back together, blah blah blah. Honestly, it
It shows how much the team really needs Cyborg.
yeah, and I think the idea too is it shows that they need to be a team, and I
Mhm.
think that's the big piece that I think they showed. Like yes, Cyborg specifically in this episode.
It's absolutely one of that's a common trend in this entire show in general. Like when one of them is gone, everything falls apart. And you would think that they'd be able to handle themselves, but in this one it was Cyborg, later it was Robin. At one point, one of the most memorable episodes for me, I don't remember what season it is, but when Starfire jumps into the future, the whole team
No,
falls apart.
that
That one's a heart-wrestling episode.
that one, and the only one that's doing good is Nightwing.
Yeah. Everyone else is just bad.
Everyone else is just having a bad life, and then you just see Nightwing, who is like fit, looking good. He's doing great things. The biggest complaint: long hair. That's it. He just hasn't seen a barber in like 40 years. Oh, it's just that one. That one still gets me.
That reminds me about, what was it yesterday you were talking, was it last night when we were recording, when you were saying there's no way this is Dick? And it's like, it's Nightwing. It's clearly Dick.
No. I meant like, but what I'm saying is like the physicality of him is more what I'm
Oh.
getting at.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the joke I was making was more the. So you're right, I did say it, but the idea was like he's like punching cinder block and knocking him away. Like
Yep.
that's not a norm. That's not what Robin does.
Dude, they were going him and Slade in the later episode were punching the steel beams and the steel pillars and like
And they're shaking and bending and breaking.
and crumbling.
Like, what is going on?
Slade punched the ground and it broke the ground. Like
Yeah,
what?
yeah. It's just so much. So Forces of Nature was the next episode. This is where we get Thunder and Lightning, who
Oh
I
yes,
love them.
this was a
Um,
good episode.
this
This
was a good
was
episode. This is also the first time we get to see Slade's face ish.
I wouldn't say that that's his face, but
Mask, whatever. But
and like when I finished watching that with Steph, she's like, when you have to put a mask on top of a mask to hide your face, like so.
well, it was because what throws me off is that he hides the other half of his face. So I was like, maybe that actually is his face. And then obviously it starts cracking, and you go, oh, well, that's kind of stupid.
Yep.
Um, and this is the first time the Titans see Slade. Period. Even though it's not in his full costume, it is still
Yep.
like Slade. Then we had the big fire monster, and then Thunder and Lightning teamed up to make a rainstorm.
Hmm.
I liked it very much. I also liked that Beast Boy was the voice of reason in this episode.
I liked his story arc in this because he's always the jokester, and then he
pranks the
sees
wrong
himself
person.
in them. Yeah.
He pranks the wrong person. He pranks Starfire, and she gets hurt by it, and then it's all kind of forgiven.
And it's one of those funny things too, because it's like we were watching the episode now as an adult, and it's like, dude, all you had to do was say sorry. And Steph at the end during the episode was like she's like, "Are you still mad at me?" And she looks at me and she's like, "Did he ever apologize?" Like, no, 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 no. He's just trying to shake it off. Just pretend it never happened.
But I also think too, like this is also something I think we forget as adults. Because as kids, I don't think we noticed it, obviously.
Oh, absolutely not.
But as an adult, like those are kids. Like they're
Yeah,
teenagers. Like
they're teenagers.
they're young teenagers where they are immature, and you know what I mean. So it's like I think
Everybody
I think I
everybody else was Beast Boy is the youngest at 14. Robin, Raven, and Starfire
honestly, I
are
thought
15
Robin
or
was the
16.
youngest. I thought Robin was the youngest.
No, I actually looked it up after. Cyborg is the oldest, I believe, at 17.
Weirdly enough, I think I knew that. Isn't that disgusting?
I'll look it up real quick. Uh,
Then the next episode, this one hit me in the feels so much. This was the Fix It episode.
Yeah.
Some of his parts where he's gonna become full robot. Um,
Oh, okay. This is different from what I saw yesterday. All right. So
did you
it.
specifically look up the show this time, or did you just look up the characters?
No, I looked up the show. I looked up the same exact thing that I did last night,
Okay, no, I'm asking. I'm
or
sorry.
the other night. So Cyborg is 18 to 19.
Still
Uh,
teen. Still teen.
Starfire is biologically a teen, but she is actually hundreds of years old. Um,
That weirdly enough, I think that makes sense.
it does. Raven and Robin are 17 to 18, and
I feel like that's old.
Beast Boy is 15 to 16.
See, that makes sense to me. I feel like it's like you minus like 2 years on or like 2 years on all of them, and I'd be like yes. You know what I'm saying?
See, okay, so now something else that I just looked up is Beast Boy is 14, Raven is either 14 or 15, Cyborg is 15 or 16, Robin is 15 or 16, and Starfire is age unknown. So like that was weird.
Yeah, that is weird. But anyway, I love the sum of his parts because Cyborg realizes that he is happy the way he is, which is
Mhm.
nice. Again, this was an
Yeah,
episode I didn't
at
realize
at
was so early.
no, I well, yes, I didn't remember when it came in, but no,
No,
this was a
I'll say it this
strong
way.
episode.
I don't I thought this was season two. I don't think it was like late. I thought this was something like more recent, or
Mm.
like in the beginning, but not that beginning. Um, so good, loved it. I loved him getting fixed and like repaired and everything else, blah blah blah. And then the robot fix it was awesome because he doesn't understand anything else.
Yep.
He's also an alien, is he not? Isn't it like
I
hinted that he's an alien because they show his insides?
there's literally nothing on him.
Okay,
That
no, no, no.
what
I think we talked. Oh, the magician gets introduced in this, which I loved. I love him.
Oh,
I love
yep.
him so much. He is honestly, you take it. He is my favorite comedy relief villain, hands down, hands down, hands down. The next episode was Nevermore, which was where we get Trigon for the first time. Doctor Light messes with Raven, and Raven goes full on Trigon and eats him, but then spits him out.
One more time. I was trying to look up fix it.
No, that's all right. I wasn't talking. Um, so
I
the
mean, you
idea,
talk a lot.
so Nevermore was the next episode where we get Trigon. It's where Doctor Light messes with Raven and then she eats him and spits him out.
Yep, yep. Okay.
That was such I that was one of my favorite episodes I remember from as a kid because we get to see Raven's mind and it literally is just and what's funny is her dad is a piece of her which is rage.
Yep,
Wrath.
yep. That's one of the. It's one of those things where, I mean, obviously they dive later into it when we
Oh, they
finally
go
get to
into
the
more
Trigon,
detail obviously later. Yeah,
but
yeah, but I mean this was a great introduction
it
to
was
it.
a great introduction to what really goes on in Raven's head, and
Yeah.
explains why she is the way she is.
Yes. Love it that it's a mirror. I mean, obviously we knew Beast Boy and Cyborg were not going to leave Raven behind. We also first time we get to see White Raven. I don't remember her turning into White Raven. I thought she just got into a bigger, powerful Raven. Did not
I
realize
thought
she.
so too. Yeah,
I
I
don't.
thought I thought White Raven, if we saw it, came later with the Trigon episode.
No, I
Uh,
agree. I agree. So, but you get my point.
mhm.
But that was a minor thing. I was not like distraught by it. But I also, now thinking about it, it was only in her mind, so it's not like she's permanently White Raven.
It's not legitimate yet.
Yeah. So, but yeah, such a good episode. This one was. I just remember it as a kid being one of my favorite episodes. Switched was a good one. I forgot that this one existed fully. Or I'll say this: I remember Raven and Starfire switching bodies. I I remember nothing about how it happened.
No, as I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, I remember this. The funny thing is like after I see them, I remember more and more about it. Obviously, it's one of those
No,
things
I will
again.
agree. I
Like
love.
all these episodes, I thought were later seasons. I didn't remember them being in season
Yep.
one. So
This
it's
is
like
this
it's
is
funny
actually
because it's like,
correct.
oh, I
Yeah.
expected it later, but there's only so much later it
It's
could
still
be.
good. Absolutely. It was also nice to hear about both of their powers and how they work. They're both emotional based, according to them.
Yeah,
Ravens obviously is one we know for a fact is emotional based, just because we know her. Um, and I just love them trying to like work together, which is hilarious. And not that they don't want to work together; it's just that they were in their each other's bodies, and it was really difficult for them.
yeah.
The puppet master. No, was it the puppet king or the puppet master?
Puppet King.
Puppet king. I mean, he was all right. Honestly, he wasn't the main. This is gonna sound really weird to say because he was the main point of the episode, but I didn't feel like he was the main point of the episode. Like he didn't feel like a big villain. You know what I mean?
It was, yeah, it was more meant to. He was meant to be a
Showcase.
villain to put them together to showcase the other
Yep,
two.
yep, yep. Absolutely.
Um,
So then the next one was Deep Six, where we get Aqualad. I like this version of Aqualad. Obviously, I haven't seen Young Justice yet, but this is definitely a good introduction to Aqualad.
it's a good introduction. It's what obviously the classic Aquaman powers and whatever, and not really the other modernized versions of them. Like um, I personally prefer the Young Justice version, but um,
I have seen what he looks like, and I've seen his powers. I do like his powers, to be honest with you.
mm,
Um, I will just say, like, I don't know more about him other than that. Like, I
yeah.
haven't dove into his character yet. Um,
When we
but
finally get
that
to you watching that, I think obviously this is just one episode to show you Aqualad. You're not getting much out of him, and he's meant to be a counterpart to Beast Boy because Beast Boy is jealous. So
yeah, and he does come back in later episodes. I do remember that.
I don't remember how big of a part he plays in later episodes, but I do remember him returning.
I will say this. I remember him coming back. That's the best you're gonna get out of me right now.
I think if I remember him coming back at I believe it's the last episode because
No,
if it's the
it's before that. So he does come back at the end, like everyone else. But
mm,
there is another episode that he comes back in before that.
oh, okay, I don't remember that one.
Unless I'm incorrect, maybe he doesn't come back for that one.
He could, like I said, I don't remember.
Well, I'll put it this way. Put it this way. There were a lot of people who were brought back for an episode, and I am now thinking that he is in it, even though he might not be. Um, I mean, we're gonna get there, so we'll just have to get to it at some point. Obviously, Trident was also introduced. Very nice. I mean, he was basically just cloning himself and then was defeated. I mean, that was pretty much his whole point. And
He
also,
defeated himself.
quite literally, he did, which was kind of the whole point of their whole story.
Yep.
The next episode was good because this was where Robin starts to try to work with Slade.
Oh, this is Red X.
I believe so. Isn't this?
You want to tell me the title?
It's called Mask.
Then it's Red X.
Yeah.
Yes. um,
Um,
I one of the
he tried to outsmart Slade, and Slade was
yeah,
like 18 steps ahead of him.
yeah, and I mean it's one of the we've talked about this in the past how Red X was such a great character and how he this episode really began to showcase how Robin is just like Batman in terms of he wants to keep
Yeah.
he wants people working with him, but at the same time he wants to protect them, so he distances himself from them when he could be using them to help him. Um, they really showcased Robin and how first of all his rage, and second how similar him and Batman really are. Um, like these next 3 episodes with the Slade storyline really emphasizes that.
Two. There's 2 episodes after this.
I apologize. These two
Three. Oh,
episodes
sorry.
plus
And this one.
plus
Sorry,
plus
which
the
one?
mask. Yes,
Sorry,
so
sorry,
I
sorry.
misspoke on that one.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
my
That's fine. The way you made it seem was the
yep.
next 3 episodes. So I apologize. That's on me too. Um, no, this one was a good one. This one, yeah, Red X. I was very surprised to see him so quickly, but loved him like I did back then.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just such a great introduction.
Because I know I said this where these episodes are only 20 minutes long. It's like it caught me off guard how quickly this initial story finished, but
Well, then the next episode is Mad Mod, and I'm like, what? I thought there was no more into this. Like, is this a later season? Like, is this just a taste? And like, this
Yep.
isn't. And then obviously we got into it later. So, this one was a good one. It was an introduction to really Slade being the mastermind of everything,
Mm-hmm.
more in depth, and also his intelligence. We've talked about this a little bit, but like, I was sitting there trying to figure out who the hell Slade was because I kept hearing his voice, and I'm like, I know this guy, but this is not how he normally talks ever in in any of his movies. It's like I know in shows. I'm like I know this voice actor. It's gonna bother me. And then when I looked it up, I went, "This is incredible. He's an incredible actor. I
Yeah.
love him in every. There's not a single thing that he's been in that I have not liked.
Yeah. He's in Sons of Anarchy, isn't he? Or
Yep,
was? Yeah. Okay.
and he played a major role for most of the series.
Yeah, he was one of the main characters, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
up until I think literally I think it was the final season he wasn't in. That was it, I believe. Don't quote me on that.
I never watched it. I've
that's
always wanted to, but I
that
never
is a
got
good
around to
one. And
watching
they
it.
have a spin-off series called the Mayans, which was
Yes.
also as good, which was also
I
good.
I heard the last season wasn't that good.
I was not happy with the ending, and that was all I will say.
Yeah.
Um,
Tends to be how it goes with seasons.
but to be fair, the creator was kicked out at that point,
Oh,
so
okay.
it got weird. It got weird. Like the creator of the entire universe got kicked out of like the final season or the season before that, and then they didn't really know where to go, type of thing. And
Yeah.
so they kind of just wanted to end it because he was the mastermind of the show, and they, you know what I'm saying?
They couldn't
Um,
carry on without him. Yeah.
or they felt like they couldn't because I honestly the season before it wasn't bad, but I think they were fearful because he had done most of that season already, like written it,
Mhm.
and that for like the next season they're like maybe we should end it on a high note so people don't like hate it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The next episode was Mad Mod. Um,
Which you said.
I know, but we didn't really talk about it.
You started talking about it and then went back to the back to Slade, so
I
like
went
that
back to
caught me
Slade.
so off guard.
Well, no, it was because you brought up the fact of like, oh, those 3 episodes, and then I got all screwed up. So anyway,
I thought you had
this
moved
one
on
was a
already.
fun. This was a fun episode. I remember
It
liking
was.
this episode as a kid. I also now remember that this isn't the only time we see him because
He shows up one more time. Yeah.
there's a scene that I remember that was not in this, so I know he has to come up at least one more time.
Yep. I loved that Beast Boy kept getting bullied, essentially. He just kept getting hypnotized, and as much as he tried not to, it just was
He's like,
drooling
I don't
all
want to look,
over
I don't want to, I
himself.
don't want to look, I don't want to look. Oh,
And then
that
every time they make him laugh, and he's like, seriously? It was so stupid.
it's like I fell for it again. Oh,
And it's not like he had to look for long. It was literally, he looks at the screen and is like,
instant,
gone.
instant. No, everything was good. I like how he's the first villain to separate them and kind of give them their own punishment. The only thing we didn't get to see is we obviously didn't get to see Cyborg and Raven escape. Um, but each one of them is because the idea is I could be wrong, but he's giving me the arcade version of DC Universe, where he is a master. He's a technician and everything else. He's a trap maker. He's got a specific gimmick that he does.
Yeah.
And like arcade is like fun games that murder you. That's why it's called
Mhm.
Murder World. Where
Yep.
this one is more of an educational thing, where he teaches you to be a bad person,
Yeah. Yeah.
and not to be a hero because that's bad. Um,
It's a breaking the rules.
Come on now. Those hardworking villains need to not be messed around with anymore. And I'm hearing it, I'm like, okay.
I just they start going like staying out late, getting into fights, being a hero. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up.
Well, because that's what got me, because I was like, oh, maybe he's not as bad as I think he is. And then he literally goes, and being a hero, those hardworking villains are trying to make a living. And I'm like, there it is.
Yeah,
There it is.
that's why you're a no-no.
Pretty much, pretty much. Um, so yeah, so that was it was just a good episode. And then we find out that Mad Mod is actually just an old guy.
Yep, he uses uh
Tech.
his tech to create a hologram or whatever. So
Yeah, which makes sense based on what he's
yep,
been doing. And then the next 2 episodes we kind of have to talk together
this
about.
is a one episode, obviously. But
Yeah, because it's
yeah,
part one
no,
and part two. So this is the Apprentice episode, and it's Robin basically getting very engulfed. Like basically everything you talked about when we talked about the mask. He's
yeah,
separating himself from the group. He is
They were talking about how they started it with with when he was Red X, but about how he is too obsessed with Slade and it is
Messing with him.
destroying him.
Yep.
Um, and so when they start going out, they talk about how, listen, are you sure you can handle this?
I'm fine.
We got this. If you can't handle it, and he said, nope, he's fine, like you said.
No, he doesn't say
And
it that nicely. I'll tell you that right now. I'm fine. He's like yells it every time.
yes, but at one point he does take a step back and says, you know what? No, you guys are right. I'm sorry. I can
He
handle it.
completely
I'm
does
good.
the opposite.
No, actually, so when once he starts getting into the fight with Cinderblock, he
No, that's right. He never.
voluntarily stays behind.
Yes, correct. And then, but it was all part of Slade's plan to
It was
finish
all
him
part
off.
of Slade's
That's
plan.
also the scene where he beats up Cinderblock.
Real bad.
He goes fist to fist on a man who is made out of cinder blocks and
Yep.
takes him out with ease. This
This
boy
is where
lifts
this
him
is
up and slam. He suplexes him. No, not suplex. What is it called when you lift him up and slam him down? Is it a suplex?
which I don't remember the
When you
exact
like,
suplex.
when you
Straight
lift him,
up?
like yeah,
Yeah, that's a suplex. Yep.
yeah. He
I don't remember
suplexes
him doing that, but you know.
Well, because he doesn't like have him completely, but he like flips him over
Oh, okay.
because it's still considered like a suplex to me.
Oh, like he chucked him.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Okay, I do remember that.
he threw the boy. He
Yeah,
threw.
this is really where it starts going. Like this Robin ain't human.
That's the moment where I go. I'm literally like, that's not Dick. That's not Dick. That's gotta be Jason with Venom. Like that's not Dick. That's not Dick. I'm
The
sitting
poor
there,
kid.
Like, I'm sitting there like yelling at the screen. That's not Robin. That's not my Robin. And he's just beating the guy up.
That's not my Robin.
It's not my Robin. My Robin doesn't beat people that badly. He doesn't punch cinder blocks and throw them. That's not my Dick. That's not my Dick. Um, but yeah, it's just incredible. This episode was really good because obviously it shows Slade masterminding in the sense of like putting the trap inside the Titans, forcing Robin to do what he wants, being his apprentice. I wish, as an adult, because I don't think I wanted to as a kid, but as an adult, I would love to have seen the torture that Robin went through with Slade, because
Oh,
we do not get to see enough of it, but we see it. Let me rephrase it this way: we don't see it all, but we see enough to be like, oh,
yeah. We
this is
see
not pleasant.
we see the fights a little bit. We see a
We
little
see
bit
a
with the
lot of the
mental.
pinning down and like almost
Yep.
breaking limbs without actually.
Yep.
Oh,
A lot of the mental abuse with torturing his friends and whatever.
oh yeah,
You know,
100%, 100%. That I
this
do
version
remember.
of
Like,
Slade, I can only imagine what kind of abuse that he went through.
wait, Slade or Robin?
So with this version of Slade, the abuse that Robin went through.
Okay. No, I got you now. Yeah, and then so obviously like we're jumping ahead and stuff. So obviously he teams up with Slade. He doesn't go Red X, which I for some reason thought he did. Um, he
No,
goes
yeah,
he
no.
goes a full on Slade outfit.
Slade apprentice fully on. Clearly, you know, he starts sending him on jobs, and you know,
Purposely to get the Teen Titans to come after him.
yep. And once they do, obviously Robin is holding back, not trying to fight them, and
And he does
Slade
not allow
forces his
that.
hand. Yep, forces
He
his
does not allow
hand,
that.
and I thought it was interesting. Again, remembering how quickly it went, but I didn't realize how fast Robin was like, "I am not taking your shit. You know, like I'm done with this. I'm saving my friends." And it was only that one fight. For some reason I was like, it's gonna be a little bit longer that it's gonna happen.
I have to agree with you. I felt like weird as this sounds, I felt like this was like supposed to be half the season, and it was only two
Yeah,
episodes.
yeah,
I mean, it was more than two episodes, obviously, technically, but
technically,
like it was. I was expecting it to be like half the season because I remember it. I felt like it was longer. I don't know why.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but then the Teen Titans figure out what's going on, and then they're ready to sacrifice themselves. And then Robin's like, "I'm gonna do it to me too." And it's like, "I know you don't like losing," and he's like, "You're right." And then gets beat up so hard because he's not made out of cinder blocks. His mask gets cracked and broken, and he has to run away in defeat. But to secure his prize of Robin.
I want to point out that the cinder blocks held on and the mask eventually broke after a abuse after abuse after abuse.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is he hurt Cinderblock, which means he hurt the rocks, and so like this mask was strong, was strong, but obviously wasn't as strong as the Cinderblocks. Is
Yeah.
but you get my point though. Like
No,
it was
I know, I know.
because like the
It's
whole
just
scene is them
it's
like the whole
insane.
building I thought was gonna fall down. To be honest with you.
At some points, yeah, when they were
Uh,
crashing into those Cylons, I was like, all right, when is one of these gonna just collapse?
exactly. So anyway, the whole moral of the story is Slade's technically got the nanobites in them, but he's kind of given up on it because he doesn't want to hurt Robin.
No, they got him out.
Oh, now they do. You're right. But I meant at the time, that's why he gave up. I'm sorry.
Yes, yes.
So then the final episode was Car Trouble, and it was a good episode, but I
Should
will
have been
say,
the last episode.
I think we 100% agree on that one. So the idea is, it's Cyborg gets his car, he builds it, he then gets it stolen while they're stopping a crime, and then he goes hunting for it, and then Gizmo steals it from the thieves, and then he has to go get it from Gizmo, and Raven decides to help him out because she understands that he put his soul into it basically, and that's kind of how her powers work. So she's like, I get it. Let's try to get this together, and then he rebuilds it again anyway because it got destroyed. Because he
Yep. Oh,
realizes he
he had
wants
the
to
memory
reclaim
chip.
it.
Yep. Well, she reminds him
Oh,
that
there was also Overlord. No,
overload.
Overload. Thank
Oh,
you. Who was
just a
also another villain of the game.
electric monster.
He's a computer chip that turns sentient. I guess the best way to describe it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and we're losing Mike a little bit, so we're gonna speed up this one. So just because we're gonna get to his character spotlight. The idea is so the
Interesting.
idea is they put it all together. He saved. I mean he destroys the car to then just rebuild it to get it back to the way it was, and that's how the season ends. It was a nice little come together thing. It wasn't anything crazy. It was just more of like depressing to see because of the last two episodes before it.
Yeah. Like going. I mean, yeah, it was a good episode. I mean, fun, meant to be lighthearted and goofy. Uh, like we said, the last two episodes were great, and just going to this was just like why. So, but like
Oh,
overall, the season was good. It, like I said at the beginning, it brings back nostalgia. It makes me wish we still had these kind of animation stuff because the animation was just it was simple but so good.
but also the story was so good. Like it was a combination of everything. Like the animation was good, the story was good. It was it was one of those where it's like it's the stereotypical like each episode is a battle and then it's
It's
over,
just
but
yeah,
like it worked here. I don't know why. Like I can't pinpoint why it works better here than it does in others, but
yeah.
it just worked.
And I mean, it's still for the like overall, it was building towards an overall story. Like
But
there
not
was
as much
some
as I thought it was. I'll say that it
agreed.
was. It was. I will not argue that it definitely was. However, I will say I felt like it was. I felt like remembering it as a kid, it built it up more. But obviously, I
Mm,
think as an adult, we were paying attention more, and as a kid, we kind
obviously.
of just So I think as a kid, we were just like, "Oh no, I remember Slade. Slade was the guy that was in the hat and the thing and the yeah." Um, because we were in middle school.
Yeah. Yeah, 2000 2000
Three? Oh no, elementary.
2003
I think it was. I'm sorry.
elementary.
End of elementary, then middle school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, such a good show
Um
though.
I mean
But
even
yeah.
still like I said the animation for the characters is overall like I love their
Oh no,
facial
no, agreed,
features and all that other
agreed. No,
stuff.
no, 100% agreed.
Um
It worked.
Obviously I like the real life feel that they give in modern animations, but like just like the simple
There's
cartoon
something
feel of
I was
it,
gonna say.
it
This was
it hits different.
this worked in every way possible. Oh, so in The Apprentice is the one thing I wanted to talk about. So they're on top of Wayne Enterprises, okay?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yep.
But I don't know if you ever noticed this. They purposely, throughout the entire shot, you never got to see all the letters together, ever.
Yep. Yep.
And like
When we
when you
finally
see the
pan
whole
out
thing,
W
it's
the
destroyed.
A
The two of in the Y are
yeah,
destroyed.
A and Y are destroyed. Yeah. You can still see them, but they're knocked down on the ground.
But I think
Um
there was a reason for it. I think Teen Titans because it was a different studio and the Batman was in production, they could not use certain things like Batman related, which is weird because they had Robin.
And a lot of these villains were Batman.
But Slade was never in the Batman, and like Plasma. How do you
Plasmus.
Plasmus? He was the Clayface of it because they couldn't use Clayface. You know what I mean? Um, so it's like they used all of these people. Like as weird as it sounds, like obviously I'm like the magician is supposed to be like the Mad Hatter. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like and like Trigon is Trigon, so Trigon is his own thing. But I mean, like there was a lot of like Batman villains who like couldn't be in it, so they had to like find replacements almost, basically. Because
Yeah, I can see that.
I think the idea was, if I remember correctly, the Teen Titans was greenlit and they were allowed to use Robin because they weren't using Robin as Robin. They were using Robin as the leader of the Teen Titans, so it was allowed. But the idea was they couldn't use certain things.
I mean, it makes sense. They were, they're keeping everything separate.
Yeah. I just like how
I mean,
they
even
did it
even
subtle.
still, like I had said, like when Slade was talking about, like, oh, I want you to think of me as a
I am
father,
the father. He's like, I
and he
have a
said,
father.
and then they zoom out and it's the bats coming up,
Yeah, I did like that. Yeah, I did like that.
So they're hinting at it, but not necessarily putting it in your face. Um, so you know, I don't remember that. That could have been a thing, but
I only know that now because I've looked up that they are both at the same time. They both aired at the same time.
yeah.
But anyway, because I think there was an issue like because it was Cartoon Network and it wasn't WB, even though you see the WB logo, it was like because WB was more on like 40s.
Oh no,
Correct?
no, I no, I just looked it up. So apparently, at that time, it was a Warner Brothers rule that they could not have characters appearing in multiple shows simultaneously.
Oh, oh,
So
wait. When
yeah,
when does the Batman come out? The Batman was
uh,
2005, right?
might have been.
Because that's when Robin from the Batman came. So that's why they had to end it quick.
Yep, yep.
Oh, that
2000
makes
no 2004. It came out in
yeah, but
2004.
no, correct. But I don't think Robin was in season one.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Um,
Because I think they had to. I think they had to get the green light without Robin because Robin was in Teen Titans. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, that's interesting. But anyway, so yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm very excited to watch season two this week. So I can't wait. Mike, your character spotlight, sir.
I'm just looking up real quick when Robin showed up in the Batman show.
It had to have been either 2005 or 2006.
And um, it's that's
Double
not
check.
helpful. It's showing me the original, like the what's his name, the live action Batman and Robin. What's it called? With Adam West. Oh, okay. Robin appears in season 4 and season 5.
Okay, so yeah, so it was already canceled at that point. But I think because they wanted to have Robin there, I feel like they pushed
They
Teen
were trying to
Titans
put
out.
him as far away as possible to give it like its own feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
So, Michael, your character
All right.
spotlight.
So my character spotlight. I had asked you yesterday who you wanted me to talk about. You had asked me about Mad
Honestly,
Mod.
I wanted to talk about. Oh,
What?
I actually wanted somebody else, but that's fine.
Who do you want?
No, I'm only kidding. It is him. I just wanted to bust your chops.
Because I have literally every single one popped up right now.
No,
So
no, 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 no. This is the one I wanted to because I'm
yeah.
most interested in him because I feel like we don't get to really dive into his character much as we do as all the others because I think the others come back multiple times, more than just twice.
So I will have you know that Mad Mod has, when I say very little information, it's like a paragraph.
But was he just? So here's my question: was he made just for the show, or was he actually in the comics?
So my understanding was he was created for the show and got a little bit more in the comics, but not much. Um, so
I like this.
I'll talk about what I have. It's not a lot.
No, hey, I'm not
Um,
mad about it. Nobody's complaining. I
this
asked for what I asked
is
for.
The first one I'm going to talk about is what they give from the TV show. So his real name, Mad Mod, is Neil Richards. So Mad Mod first faces the Teen Titans in a school that he creates himself. He tries to get them to listen to what he says, but the Titans are determined to bring him down. Robin finds out that the real Mad Mod is hiding in a secret room of the school, operating machines, that they were really facing an illusionary Mad Mod. Mad Mod later gets revenge on the Titans by disrupting the 4th of July and turning Jump City to a bizarre version of England, which I believe is the second episode that you said that is going to appear later.
Unless he's in more than one episode, more than 2 episodes, but I think it's only 2.
Yep. Mad Mod, he uses his cane to steal Robin's youth and becomes young again. The rest of the Titans try to defeat him and save Robin, but their ideas become failures due to their arguments. They finally manage to sneak up on Mad Mod, and Robin grabs the cane and regains his youth. I apologize. They all sneak up on him. Robin is able to grab his cane and regain his youth. Somehow, Mad Mod manages to regain his youth and was recruited into the Brotherhood of Evil. He participates in a race with Gizmo. I don't remember this. He participated in a race with Gizmo and Ding Dong Daddy and other villains, but was stopped by Red X as his vehicle was passed next to control. No, I don't. I don't.
I don't want to ruin it then, because that's one of the best episodes. Sorry.
I'm looking forward to it then.
Yeah. There's a prize at the end that they all try to get. Never mind. Continue.
All right. When the Titans attacked the villains in the final battle of Brotherhood's base, Mad Mod was defeated and was flash frozen with the rest of the villains.
Okay, fair enough. So he comes up a little bit more than I thought. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, it appears that he's in 3 episodes.
4.
So, yeah. Okay. All right.
Did you get lost for a second?
So the next thing I'm going to talk about is him from Prime Earth.
How dare they?
So according to this, in Prime Earth, he was introduced in April of 2016.
Oh, okay, way later.
Yeah. So Mad Mod is an egotistical British mind-controlling fashion designer desperate for attention. The Mod was an agent of Diablo, an organization that wanted to prevent the Teen Titans from regaining the memories of their earlier adventures. At some unknown point in the past, Mod became an agent of Diablo, an organization that wanted to prevent Mr. Twister's return. In order to accomplish this goal, he tried to have the Titans eliminated so that they could not be used as pawns, and after interrogating Karen Duncan, he tried to shoot her, but her powers suddenly reactivated, causing her to blast Mod through a wall. Let me see if I can pull up who Karen Duncan is real quick for you. Karen Duncan is Bumblebee.
Oh, okay. I know who that is.
At some
know her real name.
No, that's for sure. I forgot. At some point, he took an online class in business and met fellow criminal Fiddler. They joined forces with Music Meister to create Symphony, and apt to control young metahumans and force them to commit crimes.
Like Fiddler on the Roof, like that Fiddler. Fiddle, like the instrument.
Yes, I'm taking it as that. Yeah.
Okay.
So when I click on the Fiddler, it says he's a villain who committed crimes by hypnotizing people with his sonic fiddle.
Okay, then yep.
So his abilities: he's a fashion designer and a graphic designer. He's business smart. He's charismatic.
Did you say fashion designer?
Yep. That's his ability. It is an ability. Not everyone can be a fashion designer.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just wanted to make sure I heard you correctly, because like all the others made sense, and then I hear that and I go, what?
Wait a minute.
Well, I need to make sure I get him to say that again, because I feel like he misspoke.
So he uses some firearms, and he has his equipment is his cane, which he uses to hypnotize people and mind control people.
Makes
And
sense.
that's all there is on Mad Mod that I could find.
Interesting. You know what it is? I like that they add these characters that are brand new,
Yeah,
because I don't think I registered that all of like I shouldn't say all of them because that's inaccurate, but like a lot of them were like brand new at the
I
time.
mean, we had Mad Mod clearly, we had Red X, we had Fix It. Just three right off the top of my head that were.
Isn't the Clayface S guy? Isn't he one too, or has he been in the comics?
Plasmus?
Plasmus.
No, he's in the comics. He
Okay.
is a Teen Titan villain.
Okay. Sorry. No, but you get what I'm saying. Like it's just is Cinderblock then?
Uh, Cinderblock, I believe, was uh he is in the comics, yes, but he's also a Teen Titans villain. He would wait. Oh,
He was introduced after the show.
he was yes, he was introduced in the show, and he made his first comic appearance in November of 2009.
Yeah. All right. So that's what I mean. So like when I say that like they weren't in the comics, I'm more of saying like they weren't in the comics before the show. Like this is like the Harley Quinn of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
Harley
well,
Quinn.
so Plasmus was first introduced in 1981.
No. So obviously no that one for sure. I cannot argue that one, but you get my point.
Yep. I mean, yeah. I mean, like Cinderblock. Yeah. Mammoth was a recurring. It was a character before. Um, let me see. Jinx, I know, was a character before and has
Oh yeah,
had
Jinx is
many
too. She just was
many
different.
identities.
If yeah, I was gonna say she was a little bit different, but in the comics, but like
Yeah.
similar idea. Gizmo
Let me
was in the
see.
comics. Mammoth.
Mammoth
The
was in the.
name was in the
No,
comics. Okay.
he was in the comics.
I mean,
Puppet King.
Slade never existed. Obviously, we
No,
know that.
never, never,
Never.
never.
No, never. Deathstroke was though, but Slade never. Um,
I'm wondering if Puppet King was a original character because I'm not seeing much on him.
no, because I'm wondering if he was the replacement to what was the puppet that
I know
Puppet
who
King
you're.
was?
I know who you're
You know
talking
who I'm
about.
talking about, but it's but yeah, I can't think of his name. But anyway, I'm wondering if that was the
Oh yeah,
replacement.
no. It says he first Puppet King first appeared in 2003. Um.
Oh, so it was literally the same time as as the show.
Well, no. Like that was like he first appeared in the show. Like that
Oh,
was his first appearance.
my bad. Now I understand. Now I understand.
Um. Let's see. The ventriloquist. That who
That's what it was. Yep.
you? He first appeared in 1988.
Wow.
Um. Let's see. Thunder and Lightning.
I feel like they had to have existed.
They were introduced in a Teen Titans comic in 1983.
I was gonna say I feel like they definitely existed before.
So Puppet King was a Teen Titans original.
Mad Mod was.
Mad Mod, Red X,
Cinderblock was.
Cinderblock, and Fix It. So five in season one, five
Five.
brand new characters.
That's still big. That's big.
Out of yeah, for 13 episodes,
No, no, I
five
agree.
brand new characters.
I
That's impressive.
I can't disagree with you there. It's just so good. Very much looking forward to season 2. Cannot wait. I'm actually looking forward to it.
Oh yeah,
Because
I'm looking forward to that Slade because Slade is gonna. I remember loving that Terra storyline, even though I know it wasn't
I
as
just remember
big.
loving Slade, man. The
Dude is
there's
messed up.
yeah, I know, but he's more messed up than I'm an adult. I will say this: I am more excited about a particular villain, who I remember as a kid being like a joke, but I'm wondering if I will still feel like he's 100% a joke, or if he's got more character because I'm an adult now.
Are you gonna tell me who it is, or are you gonna
Yeah,
have
it's
me
like
guess as I watch?
I don't remember his name, but he's the guy who controls TV.
Oh, I remember that.
You know, I can't think of his name, and it's gonna bother the hell out of me. But you know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
And
I mean,
he was. I remember him being a joke as a kid, but I'm wondering if he has more information that now that I'm adult makes him less of a joke and more of like, oh, he's a completely different than what I thought.
control freak. Right.
Control freak.
Yep. Yep.
Also, fun fact: he is the reason why Teen Titans Go exists, according to Teen Titans Go. That he was so pissed off with the Teen Titans in their original anime that he actually turned them into the jokes that they are in Teen Titans Go.
Really? That's
They
funny.
made that canon where he's like, I changed you because I didn't like the way you were, and now look at you, you're just a bunch of jokes, and you're stick because they see the real animation, and they're like, we think that's cool, and it's like, yeah, it was, but that's why I got rid of it. Didn't want it anymore. And I'm just like,
um,
that is hilarious because that is him, that fits his character meaning.
yeah. I don't know if you were aware of this, but if I remember correctly, all of the original voice actors had reprised their roles for their characters in Teen Titans Go, or at least they
Yes.
try to keep, and
No, they all did.
they all came
Well,
back.
I would say the original cast, yes. I can't say every other character other than them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But Beast Boy has now been replaced. They
Well, haven't
just
they canceled Teen Go?
no, I think it's on season, like they just got through season 10. It's not canceled.
I thought they were canceling it, and then he was never going to be returning. Maybe they because he had he's got cancer.
He has had cancer, and he's saying it's terrible that they fired him because he had cancer. But apparently,
But there was also
according to
something.
sources, he's just a really terrible person.
I was also going to say I think there was also something that he did other than the cancer, which is awful to say, but it happened to be at the same time where they're like, we need to get rid of this guy.
So apparently, so the cancer was actually like from before. So it was
Yeah, but
like
it came back. Didn't it come back?
no. Like he had announced his cancer like a couple of years ago, and now they just fired him.
I thought it was closer
Like that
together.
kind. It
Maybe it
was
doesn't matter.
closer. So like if I think if it's been a couple of weeks since I've seen the post, but it was like they replaced him for, he had announced that he was so excited that there was another season. I believe it was season 10. They announced that it was season 11, and then he turned around and said, I'm not returning because they fired me. And then like all this stuff started coming out where he's like, it's so terrible that you fire a guy with cancer, but the cancer has been with him. I think, I don't know if it's gone or whatever, but it's like he was trying to play the victim card.
I hate saying it. It's not like they gave him at least a couple of seasons or with cancer, so clearly cancer wasn't the issue.
Yeah.
Cancer by
And
itself was not the issue,
yeah.
obviously.
And then apparently like a lot of things I've been seeing that people are like, he's just like really crazy in the head kind of thing. So it's like they just like have started wanting to
Yeah,
distance
I've heard
themselves.
he's like very much a conspiracy theorist in not in
Yeah.
a good way,
Yeah.
like one of the
Yeah.
worst ones. Because we all have our own conspiracies that we believe in for sure, but it's like
The Rugrats are dead.
I'm so sad about that one because as a kid that would have broken me. As an adult, I needed to take a week out of work. Like that one messed me. I recovered, but man, it was not as easy as I thought it was gonna be for that one. That one messed with me. I'm not gonna lie.
That one did. Because it works so well.
And when it was explained, it made it worse. Like, oh god, like just let it be, let it be. But yeah, so yeah, next week, we're gonna be talking about any trailers that come out because there is the potential of that. And then we're gonna move on to talk about season 2 of Teen Titans, and then we'll be doing a character spotlight, which is of a character that I think will be the villain in Wonderman. Um, and you'll understand why when you hear it. But for now, if you
I'm
made it
looking
this far
forward
into
to
the
it.
video, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. Other than that, this is going to be Scott and Mike signing out of the Black Eel Podcast. Have a wonderful night. Bye bye.